Starting up before we get going. We're chilling. So a couple things to note. Today made, oh, it's not showing, but I made $900. I guess because it's already been reset for the day. Um, but we're gonna go ahead and hop on over to our paper trading account, get started, just kind of get people, just kind of get in the groove of things, etc. We still got 10 minutes, so we're waiting, we're watching. Um, Tesla ended up having, uh, hey, what's going on? Tesla ended up having basically a better EPS than expected, but still missed um, basically their goals. So we're just waiting up. Oh, we just started, guys. We just started. I literally haven't even been on for more than 1 minute. So we're chilling. We still got 8 minutes before market opens up. I'll probably be going for a short. Yeah, I tried to tell y'all yesterday. Tesla was probably going to go down with earnings after hours, and then that's going to take down the market a little bit. Um, I was very, very confident that the day would be red. Um, like in general, it would be red. But we did have a couple moments which really, I wouldn't say surprised me, but like a couple of these pop ups were really, um, I don't want to say confusing, but I wasn't prepared for like this first pop up in the morning. But I did end up getting a lot of this dive back down, and then once we went into the lower ADR, I kind of chilled out and watched this start happening. And then when we popped up here and I saw this harmonics come up because I was manually watching it already, I saw this W come up. I went ahead and shorted it somewhere around here as well and made some good money at the end of the day. Um, but yeah, we definitely got to see some more lows before we pop back up. I think that QQQ will be heading to around 260, 255 maybe, and then maybe we'll have another rally back up. But that's not to say that we can't have like an overall green week this week. Like tomorrow might not necessarily be crazy bad red, and Friday might not be crazy bad red. But starting next week should probably be some big drops, in my opinion. Again, I'm not a wizard. I thought we were going to go down Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, but we only ended up going down Wednesday. So this isn't Tesla. I'm not looking at Tesla. I'm looking at NQ. Tesla is this bad boy right here, and we'd be looking at it on the 15-minute. And this is what we'd be seeing. If you throw in after hours as well, we're down here. Or well, we were down here. We actually popped back up to around right here. So I would expect tomorrow you're gonna see a new low get popped. So this was our low, 204-ish. We might end up hitting 200, 195, something like that. Maybe not necessarily tomorrow, but by the end of the week. I wouldn't doubt it. Um, I try not to do too many predictions though. Predictions are what get you fucked in the market. And you can hear me. You can either listen to what I'm trying to tell you when I say this, or you can say whatever. But you should be playing what the chart is telling you while it's telling it to you. Whatever time frame you play on, that's what you should be looking at. You shouldn't be trying to uh, gauge or estimate or tell the future of what's going to happen tomorrow, what's going to happen the next day, what's going to happen next week, next month, whatever. You should be seeing what's in front of you and playing what's in front of you. Um, Usually Friday's pretty red. just because people let things go before the weekend comes up, you know, they don't want to eat theta, etc., etc. So Friday's usually decently read, especially if it's a week that's been kind of consolidating, which is basically all that we've done this week. Is we moved up a little bit for consolidation, and we've ate some of it today, and we'll probably eat some of it tomorrow or come down fully on Friday. And we're just going to be waiting for this to open up. We did already hit this lower ADR, so I wouldn't be surprised if when we open up, we actually open up, and then we kind of come up, and then as usual, we'll fill the gap back down, or if we open down, we might fill the gap back up, and then go from there. And that's usually how things happen with futures, QQQ, SPY, etc. Those bigger indexes. If they open one way or the other and it's pretty large gap in one way or the other, they tend to fill the gap in the opposite direction. Let's see, what indicator is it? I have tons of indicators. Which are you trying to say which one is this particular one right here? This is the harmonics auto harmonic indicator. That would be this one. The chart is NQ. We're doing futures, so this is the current NQ contract, whatever stock that you want to be looking at, and that's what we're doing. Oh, the sell buy indicators, that's my personal one that I've coded, that I'm creating for a software and everything. Basically, it's not available. It's not available on TradingView. It's not available on anything else right now. I'm trying to create a service where basically it'll use these to sell and buy and do things automatically for the users, and it's taken me a really long time to do. So if you want to learn more about it, you can always reach out to me on my email, which is connected to my profile. But I'll be subscribing it out whenever I get it fully done. You can always pay for it, yes, but I'm not giving it away for free. I gave it away for free to a few people for beta testing, and that's already been completed. So I put a lot of time and effort into it, so I don't think I can do it for free anymore. But I'm happy to give you more information on it or whatever that you might want if you want to. More than happy. Well, we'll talk about depending on what it is that you're trying to do, time wise and everything like that. We'll talk about it more. If you're subscribing it monthly, if you want to subscribe it per year, if you want to have it fully forever, there's different things. I'm still thinking about the pricing on it and everything. So yeah, this one, the screen capture that you got was not for this indicator. That was for fibs, which was probably this one, the one that you're thinking about. This is the one that you got the screen capture. This one right here, and you probably got to do my alligator, which would be the 200, 9, and 21 EMAs. But I did not show any of this because I can't even show it. There's no way to show it. Futures are great. We're about to open here in a second, so be very, very surprised. Yes, Ryan, we are good for that second training session on Sunday. I have you written in. Actually, I will show you. I have you written in, buddy. Boom. Ryan, my handwriting is terrible, but as you can see, Ryan, Sunday, 10 a.m. So I got you written in, buddy. Again, this is NQ, so we're just doing the future. Let's see. Love to apply these settings on crypto. You can absolutely do this stuff with crypto. So as we're opening, like I told you a little bit ago, we might open up at first, and we did just starting out, and then immediately started dropping. So we're falling here. Let's go ahead and put a short at 40 and start there. And if we continue to fall, then I will just adjust as needed. What indicators am I using? So if you go ahead and take a look at the YouTube page, if you scroll to the one that says 1012, it will tell you all of the indicators. So as you can see, went over all my indicators yet again. You can look at that particular one, and it'll go over all my indicators, the settings for them, and then as well as how to use them in tandem with one another. This is I would continue to go over it like in here, but this was like super in depth and honestly better than I'm gonna probably do right now. So 1010 recommend this video. So we're gonna go ahead and actually delete this VWAP that we had here, and we're going to put another one at the opening candle for the day, and we're going to let it sit there and do its thing for a second. And yeah, Ryan, I'm super excited to have that one-on-one, buddy. We had a really good one the first time, so I'm excited. Trading, I normally trade futures, so NQ. I also trade stocks / options. I don't really mess with crypto too much. I don't really do like, oh, let me predict what the market's going to do. I'm more of a let me see what's on the chart and let me play what it's telling me as it's doing what it's doing. But I'm more than happy to try and give some like estimates on what the market's going to do. But I always say like, right, like even this week when everyone was asking me about Tesla, everyone was asking me about like what is the market going to do. I told you like I was really confident, highly confident in us going down today, and we did. I told y'all that I thought we would probably go down Monday through Wednesday, but that I wasn't 100% confident on Monday and Tuesday, but I was on Wednesday, and then. Sorry, I was reading some of the comments. Let me see. Come and join us. We can share some nice TA. Hey, I'm happy to link up with anyone else in the space that actually knows what they're doing and is passionate about it. I'm always happy to link up with anybody else. SPY calls tomorrow. Personally, I'm still short market. Like I'm short on everything in the market until we're out of this recession, which is basically mid next year. So for me, I'm not bullish on anything, really. Like period. I'm just not bullish on the market. I love everything so far. Doing well paper trading, but you need to take it to the next level. Yeah, we're gonna get you on that next level come Sunday, bro. We got you. Wait, what? What's the minimum we can trade? You can trade. So it depends on what exactly you're trying to trade, right? If you're trading futures, like how I'm doing futures, you need at least, I think it's around $1,500 to $2,000 per contract in margin to be able to trade a contract. But if you decide to do a funded futures account, which is what I've been telling y'all about for the past few weeks whenever I come on here, what you do is you pay a subscription price. They let you trade. You pass their level 1, level 2, or just level 1 or whatever, whatever you pick. You pass those levels, and then they give you money, and all you do is you go about, basically, you make your money, they take their little percentage, and you keep the rest. That's how that goes. What do I know about ABOI and ORCL? So I know a little bit more about ORCL. I don't really know anything about ABOI, but we can take a look at. Let me go to stocks So Oracle, obviously, I mean, Oracle is a good like tech group in general. Um, they've been on a downward trend like all the other tech market for a little while now. Let's go ahead and look at it on the 15 minute. So this to me, and you can tell me what you think here, but if you do the harmonics like how I do harmonics, this looks like a bearish W has formed, and we're probably going to fall. The only way that this doesn't play out is if it decides that this and this, or this and this are actually bullish M's that overtake and override this W, but this W is so large that I'm pretty certain that it was probably going to go down just like the rest of the market, right? And if you look at the rest of the market, that happens to be tech in general, QQQ, right? We're also in a large bearish W formation that could probably take us down. These don't work 100% of the time, but they work about 80% of the time. So I'm willing to kind of use that as an indicator that we're probably going down. And how do I teach? Through Discord. So yes, I have a Discord that's like $15 a month. You don't have to join it. I'm going to continue to do free stuff here constantly. You don't have to join anything or pay a one-on-one if you don't want to. I also do the one-on-ones where if you shoot me an email, I do the one-on-one for like $60 an hour, and that's like if you need super detailed one-on-one, you need the one-on-one, then you can get the one-on-one. But as far as like free stuff, you're always going to get free stuff here on TikTok. You're always going to get free stuff on YouTube. I'll continue to put out content here, so you don't have to worry. If you want something free, just stick around here, come on the live streams, you'll learn. Future gains are absolutely quick, yes. And when I miss when I miss a play, or what do you, sorry, I'm just hitting it. The abundance you mentioned is what I'm interested in. Okay. ASML. ADKN. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's take a look. Again, I've not necessarily looked at it before, so this will be like my first kind of, hey, what's going on with it? So let's take a look. You said you bought at 790. Did they recently have like a split, or you bought at a bad time? Because 790 is all the way. You'd have to have bought back in December, November, January, maybe like at the start of the year. What's the name of my indicators? The squeeze momentum indicator is TTM squeeze. Stop saying have to. What's the name of the indicator? Which one? This particular one doesn't have a name yet. Like, I created it myself. The one that has the buy and sell signals. But if you're talking about like the other indicators that I'm using, we can go ahead and go over those, I guess. Or you can take a look at the YouTube, scroll down to 1012, and watch this video, and this will tell you all the indicators that I'm using and how to set them up and how they work in tandem with one another. Let me go ahead and just turn this off. Okay. That way y'all aren't looking at that. Let's see, what times do I normally trade live? I'm usually on here around 1 to 2 p.m. Central, but today I had something that I was taking care of, so I just hopped in right at the, basically right at open for today. So yeah, we're probably rallying up a little bit, but we will end up seeing some relief downwards, so I'm not really worried. If we do rally up a little bit, let's see. The earnings were beat this morning. Okay, okay. Honestly, bro, with how long or far down that this is, so I'm just reading what you said. Just based off of how far down this is, and the fact that this is also in some bearish formations. I mean, this is a bearish W. Um, you're going to be hard pressed to get your money back unless you decide to average down and add your own money to then allow yourself to exit when the market recovers in a year or 2 years or whatever. You genuinely might just want to just, hey, take the money that you got and take it. Sorry to hear about your father-in-law, by the way. You know, yeah. So we're just waiting on our entry here. Looks like I'll get it here shortly. Oops. And one reason why I'm okay with waiting, right? Like sometimes it's just better to wait versus trying to chase an entry, is because if we do decide to start popping up here and we start having a decent little rally, I'm not eating all of that red too. I'll get my entry and then probably pop off just because of it being at 40. Usually the rule of like $5 increments, you tend to have um, like rejections, like small little scalping opportunities at the $5 marks. So, am I on the West Coast? I'm actually in Houston, Texas, so I'm central. Um, how can you sign up for a one-on-one? If you shoot me an email, email is emadaytrader@gmail. If you shoot me an email, we can start setting one up. Again, most people charge like $100, $200, $300 for a one-on-one, which I think is absolutely stupid and ridiculous. I try and just kind of make it to where, hey, if you're ignoring me or you're not paying attention, I still didn't waste my time. So this created a small W, so I'm actually looking for a drop. I'm actually hoping that I get my entry here, because this would be a very nice bearish W that's formed. It's even better than the other W that I showed you earlier, because, so look, this was a W, dropped. This being that this one's slightly below this one makes it even stronger, so. Yeah, sure, I can do one where, like, realistically, golfer, so what I would do when it comes to options is basically wherever you want it bought, like wherever you're at, and depending on your particular, bias that you're having. So say we're at 40, right? We're right here. We're at 140, and let's just say it's QQQ. So let's say it's 240, and you want to short. Well, instead of shorting right at the 40 and getting your strike to be at 40, you would get it around, between 40 and 35. You would get it around 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, secure 5 or 10% when you hit it, and be done. That's personally me. Uh, with the harmonics showing bullish, why aren't I going long? Because it's not bullish. It's all the way up here. It's bearish. It just already played out some of that drop already. But it looks to me like it's creating another bearish formation that will slightly bring us down, hopefully, to this next target right here. Let's see. Got it, sending you one. Oh yeah, nice. I hear you. I see you in Beaumont, man. Bay City, Beaumont, everything. My dad works up in Beaumont in the oil industry, so Beaumont is to me not a fun place to be. But yeah. Oh, and don't be sorry, Ryan. Don't be sorry at all. If you have a question, you ask something. I'm just trying to answer you. You don't have to feel like it was a stupid question, silly question, apologize, nothing. Like, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this, is to answer your questions. So, hey, bro, if I make my indicator public, then I wasted all my time creating it. My indicator, the one indicator that I have that isn't public, all the other ones are public, but the one that does the buy and the sell, that's for a software that I'm creating to automatically trade on TD, Alpaca, Webull, etc. The ones that have API. So that's what I'm doing with it. That's why it's not available yet. Like, it's not even fully, completely coded yet. So basically, I'm the only one with it. Me and two other people that I have in my beta to kind of like help me really zone in how accurate it is. And so far, obviously, it's good, but it could be a little bit better, and I'm trying to make it a little bit better. So I'm not releasing it to a bunch of people yet. That's one reason why. I just want it to be better. I'm working on it to becoming better. I'm not personally writing the code, but I've come up with all the ideas that the code's based off of, like all the indicators and all the little criteria that it's based off of. And I have a good friend of mine who is coding, who is writing it for me, basically. He's writing the code, he's writing the software and all that stuff for me. And basically his payment is, first of all, thank you, Jake and Angel. But the payment that he's getting is the ability to use it, so. Do we live trade? I'm building automated trading in Python. Yeah, it's through Python as well, Shenanigans. It's through Python and PineScript, because you have to use PineScript for TradingView. Do I live trade in the Discord? If so, what time? So we do live trade in the Discord. It's not necessarily like 100% an everyday thing, but I have a partner who basically, here, I'll show you once I put my little order in here. So we bought it at 40. Let's do 36. Okay. So my partner here, what he does is his name is Logan, this guy right here. And what he'll do is whenever he gets the chance, or whenever he's not like extremely busy, it's usually at least 2 to 3 times a week, he'll hop in this little area right here called the provider screen. He'll share a screen, he'll answer all kinds of questions, he'll show his chart, what he's actually doing. He trades futures with me all the time too. And basically what we do is he'll hop on there, I'll hop on there with him, and we'll collaborate and we'll be talking. And then everyone in this particular chat will start asking questions, will start basically trading with us, or asking their questions for us to chart and blah, 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 blah. And it's not necessarily a religious time, but he'll usually hop in the morning and stay in there until sometime in the afternoon. So, yeah. Oh no. Check Bitcoin. Bitcoin's probably going to be doing, give or take, the same shit that NQ's doing right now, but let's go ahead and take a look-see. Is it? Should be somewhere right here. Aha. So we are down with Bitcoin as well. Basically same story, right? Like, the market and Bitcoin are all run by the same people at this point, like all the same money. So you're gonna get the same issues, right? Let's see, so if I bought at 40, we'll average down one time at 50, if it gives it to us. And then if need be, we'll average down again wherever we need to, and I'll show you where that will be. That's actually a good what Holcomb Christopher just said to you, user 48. That's actually a very, very good, some good advice right there. If you're willing to, like, if you don't need that money now, then yeah, you should probably hold on to it and average down. In my opinion, I would be averaging down on it if I could, on that position, because first of all, you already have it sucks to say it like this, but you have a free starter position, right? You get to average down, you get to average down, and then maybe in 3 to 5 years, you've probably almost doubled your money if you get to average down. So um, I would probably do it, but if you need that money like now, like if you're saying, hey, look, I don't know if the money's going to uh, go up in the near future so that I can then pull it out or whatever, you're probably shit out of luck in that aspect. Let's see. Yeah. Can't find the right guideline. Please help. Tired of blowing account. Well, shit. I'm happy to help you. What do you need help with, brother? You just got to let me know what it is that you're struggling with, and we can get you going. Will it go under 17K? I personally am looking at Bitcoin going to around between 15 and 10K. I've been looking to try and buy it at around 12. That's where I'll be looking for to buy it. So we managed to go green on this play now. I may cut it for a quick 20 bucks. 20, okay, 50, I'll take 50. So now that we've gotten that one taken care of, what I can do here is I can then re-put an order in. So what we've done is we've secured a little $50 gain, nothing crazy. That's good, Now we just need to do it again. Thoughts on options day trading? Options are great if you're day trading. The thing is you shouldn't be day trading 0-day options, unless it's like a super trend day, right? So, for example, if we're doing this, all day long, right? This is a day where, yeah, you can get 0-day options. Hey, I'm gonna get 0-day options somewhere around here. Every leg up, I'll get some more 0 days, or average down, or whatever, average up, and let it go sometime towards the end of the day, or before lunch, realistically, so that data doesn't eat up all your shit. But yeah. Ooh, struggling with Neo. Hey, bro, I said it last time. I'll say it again. I don't touch anything Chinese stock wise. I don't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch it if it was chemo and I had cancer. I would pass on it. Let's put it like that. I do not touch Chinese stocks. They're the worst. They're so volatile. China does some really weird shit in order to really control their market and their stocks that are in our market. It never works out well. I'm sorry to tell you that. That's just my personal opinion when it comes to Chinese stocks. But as far as my base strategy, what I'm using is I'm using EMAs. Okay, so if you want to take everything else off my chart, we got the 200-day EMA, we got our 9 EMA, and we got our 21 EMA. And basically the way that this works is when the 9 crosses above the 21, you get calls. When it crosses below, you get puts. 200 EMA acts as a major bounce zone or major breakthrough area once it finally does what it needs to do. So, right, even though this was short-lived, when it broke through here, this was a massive play. And when it broke down here, it rejected right back up, which then rejected right back down and catapulted us several times. So the histogram that's sideways, what are you talking about? This one right here? This is called volume profile. Basically what this is what you're seeing is literally the volume and what it's at. So this is the bearish side and this is the bullish side. And basically what it's showing you is it's giving you levels that are showing you where, if you can expect a leg down. So you can expect a leg down here, and then you can expect some fight in these two levels to potentially drive you back up to here, which then may pop you down. So this is exactly what it's telling you right here. You're going to drop, we're going to fight, maybe pop back up, then finally drop. This is going to drop, this is going to drop. This is going to be where you start seeing some pressure back up, because The blue is a little bit higher than the red. If you manage to drop down to here, then you're probably going to continue down. That's basically all this is telling you. If you go up, you start noticing even the pressure's still pretty even, but it's still more bearish. Then it starts getting bullish. So if we can make it above here, we start seeing little runs, right? Little run. So, and then this right here, this is a really important aspect of it. It's called your point of control. And basically, similar to your 200 EMA, it's going to act as a major bounce zone, so like chop area, and then breakthrough. It's basically a very good area of like to notice, to be looking at. So as you can see, drop down, and this one had extra confirmation because the 200 was also right there. And then there you go. So this is going to be really hard to break above in general. And the reason is because the 200 plus the point of control are both right there, right? Then you have your 50% on your ADR up here, so this would probably be like the highest that you're going to go before you start seeing the rejection. Is that volume off level 2 quotes? I believe so, yes. Let me see. So the one that it is it's this particular one right here. It's a session volume profile. So let's take a look and see if it tells us anything. Okay, that's the wrong thing. This is it. Okay, so this is what you're looking at here. This is basically all it's going to tell you. So I'm 90% sure it is based off of level 2 quotes, but I don't want to say 100%. Oh shit. We ended up getting our entry and we're up $60, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. Oh shit, did I just cut it for 20? Oh, I'll cut it for 70. Okay, so we made 50 and 70 so far. So we're up, what, 120 bucks? Cool beans. I'll take that. We'll see if we can't make little 500 or so before we get off of here. Yeah, if y'all have questions, feel free to keep asking. That's the biggest reason why I do the paper trading during the live instead of on my funded accounts, is so that I'm not super hyper focused on what's going on here. I'm hyper focused on what you guys are doing and you guys are asking. So making sure that that's good. So we're sitting here, we're waiting, looking around. I really need a new office chair. Jesus Christ. I am buying one contract, but it's not 11,000. It's based off of margin. So you only need like a tenth of the so it's at 11 something. I need 1,000, basically $1,100 to be able to play a contract at a time. What the fuck? My shit just went really weird. Uh-oh. Lagging out. Yeah, I need some WD-40 or a brand new, whatchamacallit. Uh-oh. There we go. Came back to me. Alright. So we'll go ahead and put that there, and we'll wait for another. Yeah, my whole shit just went really weird for a second. We're still hanging out. We're up 120 bucks. Well, I guess if you subtract that, we're up like 100 or 60 bucks or something like that. Okay, we're starting to come back. You're right. You know what? This might be my lucky chair. Might just have to keep it. Would you say your course is easy enough even for a beginner, or sort of half? No, you don't really have to know too much, man. You just have to You just have to practice it. So like whenever I do a one-on-one or whatever, and I show everybody how the indicators work, and they're super easy. They're not overcomplicated. They look complicated to your eye because you don't know what's going on with them quite yet. But once you get explained to them and how they work together and stuff, bro, 30, 40 minutes, that's all it really takes. And the last 15 minutes is just kind of like showing examples or whatever. And then as long as you go about paper trading and practicing with it for like 2 weeks, honestly, every single person I've had a one-on-one with, if you practice for 2 weeks, I'll get a message back even 2 or 3 days later saying, you know what, this shit is so easy. It makes so much sense now. I made $400 or $500 today. I've been averaging $600 every day, even with options, right? Not necessarily futures, but yeah, like it's something you can do for sure. We're trading NQ. How much do you start with? It depends on what you're trying to trade. So if you're trading futures, I recommend something like 5,000 or so. Um, and that's just because so you can have enough. In general, you can have enough margin to play a couple contracts at a time, or whenever you need to. You can average down at least one time. But if you're doing a funded account, you just need to pay the subscription fee for whatever that service is, and then you're good. Let's go. Vibranium. And yes, I'm trading futures. I'm trading NQ. Futures, not Forex. And that's okay because if you are trading Forex is fairly similar. I won't say it's like 100%, but it's fairly similar. Movements are, very similar. The way it's played is very similar. Like if you use the same concepts, it's all good. Even so, remember, guys, just because I'm saying that you can trade futures, all the same stuff applies for options. It applies for if you don't want to trade NQ, you can trade MNQ, which is a tenth of the same thing, which can be like, you can start with $500, you can start with a few $100, and trade those, or you can start with a few $100 and trade options. I've done it, and you can go back and you can look at my like some of my videos that I did a while back. But this was one reason why I ended up getting semi-banned, was because they basically saw the money that I was posting and said that it was scamming or something. But I built a $250 portfolio into like 5,000 or so in a month or two, like a couple months. So you could do it. You know what I mean? Like it's not impossible. It's not something you can't do. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this for $25. Why it keeps doing that? And then I'm gonna put another order in here, since we keep popping up there anyway. Let's see. Futures, in simple terms, they're basically the way I like to explain it is stocks are like books, right? Like you have Harry Potter, you have Lord of the Rings, and then you have what genre it's in, right? These are the genres. The futures are the genre. So you have nonfiction, you have fantasy, whatever. That's what these are. Okay, they're the overall category that they fall into. Oh my God, what are you looking at? Well, you're looking at something super duper zoomed in. It's like 3 indicators. You got your 200 EMA, your 9 EMA, 21 EMA, your harmonics indicator pattern, which basically automatically gives you entries and exits. But I like to manually map them out, and then I get these as confirmation that I did the right thing. Then you're looking at volume profile, which is just letting me know like what the volume looks like what's going on, and then VWAP, and that's it. It's not really that ridiculous. Indicators won't make you profitable for years. I don't know about that, man. I've only been trading for maybe 5-6 years, give or take, and I'm up like 6-7 mil, so I don't know about that. And granted, it took me a while to learn how to do it. I was trading for probably about 3 or 4 years before I finally got the groove of it. But that was when I finally started going for it. Like I started actually trying to learn. It took me maybe a year and a half. I mean, you can say lies all you want, but I show y'all that I make $1,000 every single day. So you can say whatever you want. I don't need to prove anything to y'all. Just trying to help you guys. Where do you live? I live in Houston, Texas. Just be consistent. That's really what it takes, guys. It's just about being consistent. It was what really, if you want to know what really catapulted me up, it was when I realized that I don't need to have home runs every time. Like a lot of people like to hold for, if you're doing options, right? For an example, a lot of people do like if you're trading QQQ. Oh, I need 20%, I need 30%, I need 50%, blah blah blah. You don't need that much per play. You need 5 to 10% max consistently over and over and over again. That's what you need, especially if you're day trading. I may up that to like 15 or 20% if I'm swing trading, but day trading all day long, 5%, 5%, 5%, 5%. And that's when I started seeing the difference. I started going from being, 40% profitable, so every 4 out of 10 trades were good, to being 8 out of 10 trades good. So that's sometimes what it takes is just not going overboard. Like you just need to secure small wins and be done. I mean, I can see the candles perfectly fine. Yeah, this is TradingView. Um, Basically, what I do is whenever I go live, I go on the paper trading account so that I can focus on you guys' questions and stuff. At the very beginning, I always show y'all my funded futures account so that y'all know it's good. I made it all. Yeah, my son's watching Baby Shark in the background right now. So I mean, like even on here, right? Like if you want to take a look, yesterday we did in the live we did all of these. So this was in 20 minutes, right? So if you start here, this is the same day, right? 18, 18, okay? Same day. You got 105, 105, 105, 100, 100, 200, 100, and I think that was it. Or no, this one was it, 110. So like we got it. Like and I can go scroll down here, right? Like you can take a look. Obviously, this is just a paper trading account. This is every time I go live with you guys. These are the plays that I'm making. Um, One bad play followed up by a $1,700 play. So, okay. I think y'all get the picture. Anyway, all depends on the amount you're investing, 30 to 40%. Yeah. So whenever I do options, or like, especially if I'm doing shares, so a lot of people sleep on the ability to play just TQQQ and SQQQ shares instead of playing QQQ options. If I'm doing shares in TQQQ or SQQQ for just the risk aspect of it, I'll do like 35% of my portfolio on each play and just secure 0.2% move in the actual stock. So if the stock moves 0.2%, I end up securing my gains, but the dollar amount is so much larger because I've done a bunch of, shares, right? So, how much is your course? I don't have a course per se, but I do have, like, if you want to do a one-on-one, if you want to join the Discord group, the whatchamacallit, the one-on-ones are like $60 for an hour. The Discord group is $15 a month. You can always email me if you want. This is the email right here, emadaytrader@gmail. But I will always consistently, and I say this every time someone asks that, I'll always be on here for free. I'll always be on TikTok for free. I'll always keep giving knowledge here for free. You do not have to do either of those and pay me money. I'm not trying to take money from you. I'm going to consistently be on here for free. So don't worry about it. Unless you want to do that. You have a dormant something from, I'm guessing that's E-Trade from years ago. Is that E-Trade or is that Questrade? I've never heard of Questrade, but I have heard of E-Trade, obviously. If it's Questrade, I've never heard of them, so I have no take. Which indicator are you wanting? Yeah, Questrade I've never heard of. I'm sorry. Or just in general, I've never messed with them, I should say. So as far as the indicators go, we'll go over them, I guess, one more time. So your 200, 9, and 21 EMAs are going to be done with your Williams Alligator. That's what I use to do my EMAs. It tends to be a little bit more accurate than the actual EMAs, which is a little weird, I know, but it works for me that way. And then what you'll do is you'll go to the Alligator and you'll go to your settings and you'll make them colors or whatever that makes sense for you to see, and then you'll make this your 9, this your 21, and this your 200, and that's it. And then you'll go, let's see, then you have your auto harmonics patterns. That's going to be this thing right here that gives you the entries and stuff like that. Okay. So as you can see, I never got my entry here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it there. And that, what you would do is basically this. So you go to that one and you go to the settings, and the only thing you're going to change or look at is you're going to scroll down and you're going to make sure just these are the ones that are clicked and nothing else, because these are the accurate ones. And there you go. Then after that, you're going to go to this one right here. And you're going to add this one in. It might not say the exact same thing. There's one that's the same, but it says like S5000 or something like that. That's fine. You can use that one as well. You don't change any settings. No settings. And what that one is that's this indicator. So if you see this lower ADR, the 50% line, upper ADR, and another 50% line way up here, whatever, this is basically just giving you a range to look out for, okay? And it's very useful. Yes, they're 1 minute candles. Let's see, I'm not back testing on paper. What I'm doing right now is whenever I live trade so that I can focus on the questions that everybody's asking, I just hop on the paper trading account, but I have funded futures accounts that I trade on a daily basis that I've already kind of made some money on, so I'm not really, I just want to focus on helping you guys make money, so I'll come in here and live trade that way. That way I'm not super focused on this, I'm focused on what you guys are asking in here. Let's see. After you get your, let's see, what was that? Your DTR, you're going to do your session volume profile, which is this one right here, and nothing's going to change there. Okay? And then your VWAP is located over here, and you'll click it on the opening candle for each session. So whether that's, if you're trading QQQ, that would be like, the opening candle for the morning. For futures, that's the opening candle at 5 p.m. Central every day. And yeah. And then what you'll do is you'll click it there, you go to your settings, and these are the settings you'll want. Basically, these extra lines are based off of fib lines, so you have your 618 deviation, your 2, and your 3. And then what you're seeing here is this. So you know what you're looking at here. This is your VWAP. This is your 618 deviation. This is your 2 deviation. And this is your 3 deviation. Okay? I'm on 1 minute. So 1 day, 1 minute intervals. That's how you do it. Let's see. Then after you do that, this one located down here is called your TTM squeeze. That'll be this one, TTM Squeeze Pro. Okay? No changes to it whatsoever. The way you use it is gold and red dots indicate pressure being built up. Black signals either it's just starting to be built, so like if it turns green to black, that means that it's starting to be built, but if it turns red to black, that means that it's being released. Green means no more pressure. That's it. Easy peasy. Now fibs, this is the part where people have issues with. Fibs are kind of like an opinion almost based thing. You have to draw them based off of where you think this is going to go, the general trend. So if I think we're going down, I'll pick a high and I'll pick a low, and I'll draw it from there. So this is a high, and you can say this is your low down here, or you could say this is your high and your low. I'd actually probably use this as my high and my low just for the simple fact that it's rejected there a few times. And then what you'll do is you'll say, okay, this is my high, drag it out a little bit, this is my low, okay? And now what you're looking for is basically each single line that you cross downwards, you enter a short and you exit at the next line. So here, the way it would work is it opened up, immediately dropped below here, I would have entered a put and exited there. Entered again, I would have ended up exiting for a zero play right back at the line because it never touches down at this line. Boom, we pop up, then we reject this line, enter puts, exit again at this line, enter again and exit at this line, enter again, end up exiting for either a small win because you notice that it's popping back up, or simply for break even again, and so on and so forth. So every single time you cross below a line, you enter and then exit at the following line. So here would be like enter, exit, re-enter, exit, re-enter, exit. That's how that would work. Long investments are not the way. I wouldn't say that they aren't the way. They are if you have the money to, like you have the BP to continue to average down. I think that long term is probably a good idea. But if you don't, like if day trading is all you can do, like you have a smaller portfolio, then you should probably be waiting to see, not necessarily a bottom, but wait till you start seeing a legitimate recovery and then go ahead and start getting in on those longer term investments. I absolutely do agree with that, 100%. Let's see, what's the chart on the bottom called again? It's called TTM Squeeze Pro. TTM Squeeze Pro. Let's see. For example, when you first see option buying in stocks. Let me see what your first question was. Sorry. What are you referring to? Sorry. When you said, for example, what you see first for option buying in stocks. Let's see. Thank you. I've been learning how to use FRs as well. My strategy. Yeah, I'm happy to help. How do you make profit from buying high and selling low? You short. Puts/shorts are how you make money when you're going down. A lot of people have this misconception, especially if you're a newer trader, that you can only make money when a stock is going up. That's not true. That's where options and shorting shares and stuff like that comes into play. What time do I start trading futures each day? That's a really good question. So in the morning, so market for me opens at 8:30 in the morning. Okay. I won't trade the first hour to 2 hours of market because it's so volatile. You can have, a candle drop $20 and then rocket up $70, and in futures, that's, you go the wrong way on one of those candles, you're fucked. That's $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, right? You're done. So for me, I'm gonna wait until a range or a trend has presented itself by usually 10:30. That's good. I'm in there. And I'll trade basically up till around noon, and then I'll stop and go eat, shower, blah, 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 go play outside and mess around with my son, whatever. And then I'll come back at around power hour, and I'll play a little bit more, maybe 1 to 2 o'clock, depending. I might come in an hour before Power Hour, trade a little bit more, and then Power Hour rolls around, and then I hop in the live trading because I've already made all my money. I do that a lot. And then at night, what I'll do is I'll try and maybe I'll start off paper trading a little bit just so I can get in a groove. And then once I catch the vibe, I'm in the groove, I'll switch over to my funded account or whatever, and I'll start trading that. And that's usually around 7:30, 8:30. And that's like when I put my son to bed, so I don't have to worry about him screaming in my ear and shit like that. So, yeah. Oh, you raised your 401k contributions over this time period. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good idea. I think that's the way to do it, buddy. Especially with the fact that you're getting newer lows, and I mean, realistically, if you want to look at things, right? And this is where people tend to get scared without realizing objectively what they're seeing here. And maybe not you, obviously. You seem to be not too worried about it. So cool. But let's go look at '08 and look what happened, right? '08, '09. This was probably terrifying to live through, right? But every single person, I bet Warren Buffett included, invested in this drop and then this drop. Oh, I promise you, they're rich as fuck right now. Look at it. Every single drop. Look at every single drop. What happens? So yes, this is the most predominant drop we've had in a while. But even if we were to drop here, even if we were to drop to 200, down here, we're going to be here in about 3 to 5 years, right? So if you're looking for something long, like if you're one of those people who's like, hey man, I just don't get short-term investing. It doesn't make sense. I can't grasp it. I'll never get it. Whatever. You don't necessarily have to, man. Like, take the money and the time that you have and invest appropriately for the strategy that you need. If your strategy needs to be long-term, like, hey, I want to just retire a little bit earlier, right? Then you can do that. Let's see. Going, scrolling back up. Let me see. Hold on, sorry. Am I trading on TradingView? Yes. Thank you for that, Mans. Jay, for explaining to Chili Goat a little bit. Basically what you're doing, if to dumb it down 100% completely, is you're saying, I think the stock is going to drop, and I'm going to bet on it dropping. That's literally what options are, is you saying, I'm gambling on the fact that it's going to do what I think it's going to do, and you buy that bias. To dumb it down, make it as simple as possible, that's what you're doing. But realistically, what you're doing is you're buying the right to basically buy shares at a certain price if it hits that price, if you want to exercise them at that price. If you don't exercise it, then you make gains as it goes towards that level that you have. What's Power Hour? Power Hour is the last hour of market open. So for me, that's 2 to 3 p.m. Central. What time zone? I'm in Central. Do I wait for candle to close, or as soon as price crosses the line with EMAs? So in terms of entering with futures, you have to be really, really quick. So a lot of times, like, I'll enter and exit on the same bar a lot of times, which you'll see. Not necessarily in this, but I'll probably be able to show you by the time this live is up that I'll be able to show you at least one time where it's happened. But on a normal basis, like in terms of like if I was trading QQQ, right, and I was on the 15-minute, so let's go to QQQ on the 15-minute and let's use our EMAs. So the way that I would do it is I would use a full candle above or below, and this is why I don't necessarily do the candles above and below anymore, is what I do is I use the actual EMA crosses as my entry. So, I end up catching from here, so about here, so from about right here, up, until it crosses back below. So boom. So then I end up losing out on all of this if I end up not, just securing gains. And then when it crosses below, so about right here, this would have ended up being a loss, right? Like this would have ended up being a bad play. Cross about above, I would have made, from about right here, I would have made this little gain right here. And since I secure 5 or 10%, I would have came out green, right? Again, same thing here. If I secure 5 or 10%, boom, I'm out. That's why it's so important that you secure small gains, in my opinion. Do I check implied volatility? Absolutely. What instrument am I trading? I'm trading currently, this is not on the right one, but I was trading NQ. I don't know what we're up right now. We're up, let's see, get it down to where it's only the 3 that we need. So we have 75 and 70, so we're up 145-ish. I'm going to go ahead and move this down. So if I can get my entry at 1, I'll take it. Fuck it. What websites do I use? So, hold on. Like having a broker sell a house for you when prices are high and then buy it back when the prices drop. Yeah, exactly. What website do I use? I use TradingView to do all my charting and trading on when it comes to futures. That's a short. Yep. Paper trading in queues right now. Yes, I am paper trading so I can go over your questions and not work too much. Bots. What do you mean by bots? Let's see. He said, look at the... What? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, hold on. Let me scroll through these. Oh yeah, shenanigans. I absolutely agree. In 2023, buying longs like basically in the summer, like probably from spring on, and just getting them for like maybe 2024, like end of 2024 is probably a hella move. Can I explain puts or calls? Puts and calls. Basically, what puts and calls are, again, to dumb it down as much as possible, is you saying, I think that this is going to go down, or I think this is going to go up, and you basically picking a options contract. So puts I think it's going to go down. Calls, I think it's going to go up. Basically, to dumb it down. Yeah, I'm trading Nasdaq. I don't know if you figured that out. What indicator do I find most useful? That would probably be one of two. My EMAs, so my 9, 21, and 200 EMAs that I have. Also, the fibs. The fibs. These fibs are, I mean, look, this would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 different trades back to back I could have taken had I not been talking this whole time. Take a look at the 1 hour on NQ. Let's take a look. Oh, Jesus. I'll go ahead and delete this real quick. Let me actually go on here. This looks the same. So, all right. Delete this off because it's from yesterday. Yeah, this looks like, to me, it looks like we're going to go down more. And we're probably going to go down to somewhere near this open week. Maybe not right now, like maybe not this session, but Friday, I wouldn't doubt that we hit back up to open week. Let's see, bought a lotto for Friday, 363 is at 0. Can it go up if SPY goes to 363? Yes, it can. The reason why it's probably going so bad is because theta is eating you up, along with the fact that we've moved up. But if we go down to 263, like you'll start seeing like the volume come in. You'll start seeing that major volume come in, and with that volume, you'll see your contract go up. What's your opinion? Amazon stock. I love Amazon. Love Amazon. Love Amazon. Love Amazon. I'm one of those people that's buying up Amazon and Apple at different demand levels. so that I can get a good average. Yes, this is paper trading, but I'm using the exact same stuff that I use on my regular account. The only reason I'm paper trading, again, for those of you that are just joining, the only reason I am paper trading is so I can focus on your questions in here without stressing about the money on my screen. If I was trading with my money, you best believe I'd be ignoring the fuck out of all y'all, right? Because my money comes first. So, um, you know, this is all the same strategies, the exact same way that I trade on a normal basis. I show y'all on a daily basis. If you scroll through my profile and you actually take a look at the videos, you'll see I make $1,000 a day trading between $500 and $1,000 a day trading NQ only. So, you know, if you don't believe it, you don't trust it, just because I'm on here paper trading right now, then that's cool. I'm not gonna hold a gun to your head and make you believe me, but you know. So go ahead, and we got our entry finally. Might not have been the best one, but if we need to average down, we will. I'm okay with it. And this would be where I'd average down at 10. Right there. Okay. Am I thinking bullish or bearish for SPY tomorrow? I think that it's going to be bearish. I've been thinking for this whole, bro, I've been thinking we're going to be bearish for the longest. So today I ended up making $895 total on my funded account. So you don't get margin calls on futures, actually. You can go extra into debt. And yeah, you can copy the trades. That's one reason why I do this too, is so that if you want to kind of start getting started on here, you can absolutely even if you want to just practice with the paper trading with me, right? Like get the feel for it, get the feel for it, get the feel for it. Copy some of the trades, start seeing what you're doing, and then go from there. But yes, taking profits at small points is the key. Small profits over and over and over again. As you can see, right? Like even if we're scrolling through the profits that we've taken, right? 25, 70, 50, I usually don't get more than $100, $200. Like that's pretty average, right? And then you'll have the random ones where, I made $1,000 or $2,000, and those ones are the ones where, the big gain and the big loss is when I average down a lot. And like this 1700 play, this was one that I was actually down, and I've done this on my funded futures account several times. I was actually down something like, what was it? Like $10,000, and I ended up coming back and being able to sell it for almost two, right? So for me, that's straight. I'm good with that. So we got this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. Right there. So we made another 80. So we're at 105, 175. Let's see, add 50 to that. So 225. Yeah, and that's where we're at for the night. Hey, I appreciate y'all, understanding that I'm not trying to scam anybody, and I'm just trying to I'm just trying to help people, right? Like, if I was scamming, I promise you I'd be a whole lot better at it. I would not be giving away stuff for free on TikTok. That's for damn sure. I'd be one of those people that's on here that you see, right? Like, and you can tell the scammers, I'm a goofy looking motherfucker, all right? I'm not out here trying to take your money. I make money. I'm dressed in a onesie right now because I don't care how I look. Like it doesn't matter to me. So for me, seeing those people on TikTok that are always like, and you see these videos all the time, and I'm sure you'll know what I'm talking about. Some dude sitting there like, and all it says is, just realized I alerted, everybody in the Discord about a move that went like 2,000 or 3,000% or some bullshit. And if you're broke in 2022, that's on you or something like that. You see those everywhere. But if you look at their profile, they offer zero proof that they know what they're doing. They don't show you how to do anything. They don't know how to do anything. And they're just funneling you into a service hoping that you'll pay them some money. And then whenever you cancel, it doesn't matter because they got 10,000 other people trying to join because they see those TikToks, right? So, you know, that's why one big reason why I do this is to kind of counteract those types of people out. I'm tired of seeing them. I'm tired of seeing people get their money taken from them and not learning anything. So I come out here and I do it for free. Point blank, period. I come out here and I put everything on my page for free. So, do I use Overflow chart? I do not. Can I go over how and where the fibs are at on a 1 minute, please? Sure. So, again, when it comes to your fib placement, it's about you. You need to find a high and you need to find a low. The high and the low that you pick genuinely do not fucking matter. Okay? They don't matter. I promise you, they don't matter. I could pick, and so what I picked on this particular one was this low, this low, and this high. So I picked this as my high, and I picked this as my low, just because it was a big pivot area, okay? Big pivot. You could also say, hey, you know what? I'm going to draw it from here to here. And I promise you, you'll still see it respect your lines, right? Like, this is still being extra respected. Oh my God, this fucking McAfee, bro. So tired of McAfee. There we go. Okay. So, it doesn't matter where you draw them from. 100 per what time frame? The 100, are you saying the $100 that I was making or whatever? Usually those ones were, those $100 ones were like, look at the time frame. So this one, 2 minutes apart, another 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. This one was not even a whole minute. Not even a whole minute. And then this was the very first one, so that was 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, then not a whole minute, not a whole minute. So like they can be very, very, very quick. Let's see. And again, I appreciate y'all, rocking with me. I really love y'all. Where as in pre-market while it's open. You can use a pre-market high or low and then use your market open as your high and your low as well. I do that all the time. Like a lot of times what I'll do too, because I'm just seeing your little aspect, is what I'll do is I'll say, hey, look, this was our high and this is where we open. So maybe say, hey, like this is where I won't use the wick, I'll actually use the body. And say, look, so, and this is where we opened at, and this is the low right here. So you could use that as well, right? Boom, boom. Still gonna respect your lines religiously, okay? As long as you have the right bias. I joined your Discord, but don't when you come online to trade live. I'm confused at what you meant by that. Can chart on TV and execute trades on NinjaTrader? Yep, I've done that before. I've also done it where I've charted it on NinjaTrader and executed on TV. You can do whichever you want. Absolutely. And no, one contract at a time, right? One contract at a time is enough with NQ, right? NQ. So this is forming a bearish W. I need to get the fuck in here. Again, bearish W, low, lower low, okay? So I'm looking to get in. I'm looking to get in ASAP. I'm going to do it at 95. trying to get my entry. Okay, so and in Q, every 25 cents that it moves, your contract goes up or down $5. So that's why it's so lucrative. That's why it's so lucrative. And I appreciate you. I basically live trade every single day. I'm trying to get more religious with the times that I'm getting on, but normally I'm on between 1 and like 1 to 2 p.m. So basically an hour before power hour or during power hour of the market. Which platform do I use for real trading and brokerages? So for my actual portfolio, I have TD Ameritrade and I have Webull. When it comes to trading futures, I use my funded account, which is with TopStep, which is this right here. Okay, TopStep. Basically, what it does is it's a third-party software or whatever that connects to TradingView via something called Tradovate. So it's like TopStep connects to Tradovate, which connects to TradingView. Okay, and then it allows you to go ahead and trade on TradingView. Okay. Ooh, Mama's getting mad at my son. What leverage do I use? Been trading with one. I mean, you can trade between. That's tough. You can. I mean, like you can. It basically depends on what you're trying to trade, right? Like if you're trading just shares of stuff, 500 is solid. But if you're trading like futures and whatnot, you need to have probably like $5,000 to $10,000 in your account just to be safe. Just to be safe. What fib and TradingView do I use? The one that's built in right here. If you scroll over here, it's the very first one, fib retracement, right there. Can you use Tradovate to chart in TradingView and then trade with TOS? Absolutely. I do shares and options. Whenever I do shares, I do TQQQ and SQQQ, but whenever I do options, I do QQQ. And basically the way that I work is, shit's getting hot here. Let's see. Buy strike price. Basically what I'll do is I'll say, hey, look, I'm going to buy my options 2 weeks to 1 month out, and then I'm going to buy it out of the money within $5. So if we're sitting at, like right now, QQQ is sitting at 270. If I was going to get a short, I would get it no lower than, my strike would be no lower than 265. That'd be the lowest I'd go. Gupta, are you saying that you're not getting alerted when I go live here, or where are you not getting alerted at? Because I even alert in Discord, like I'll at everyone and tell everyone I'm going live. So you should be able to see it. You might not have the notifications turned on at all. 921 200 EMA plus fib setting is okay to trade. You can absolutely use just those. Everything else, so understand that every single indicator that I've added here is like a layer. You can peel it off and still be successful as long as you have one layer. The main layer, the main chunk of the onion is going to be your EMAs. So if you can just trade with just your EMAs, you can still be successful. That's literally what I started trading with when I first started, was just my 9 EMA, 21 EMA, and 200 EMA. And then I added VWAP, and then I added fibs, and so on. I do straddles a lot, yeah. Especially when it comes to like earnings or like quad witching or CPIs and stuff like that. Honestly, if y'all want to know a real good way to make like a shit ton of money, almost religiously during CPIs, straddle SPX 0 days. That's the only time I do 0 days, and I do SPX 0 days. And the way that I'll do it is, let me see. Hold on, let me move this to where. Okay. The way that I'll do it is basically, let's say SPX is at 36.95, right? I'll get a 0 day that maybe is like each one both ways is about $100 a piece. So I might get $50 to $100 away from where it's currently at, and you let the winner, whichever one runs, let it go. Sell it at a peak. A lot of times those things go 1,000, 2,000%. They're crazy, bro. They're crazy. Sell it, and then what you'll end up seeing is the one that you let go to 0, by the end of the day, goes green, because what you end up seeing, at least with SPX during CPI days, is you see a big. This is what you see on CPI days. You see one of these numbers. You see a lot of basically doom, 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 and then you hit a top, and then it's that for the rest of the day going down, and you fill the gap. So a lot of times, if you play both, you can make money on both when it comes to straddling, in terms of SPX on like CPI, Fed days, quad witching, or something like that. I try not to play them too often, but when I do, oh man, they're great. What channel in the Discord do I alert about going live? It's usually the screen share chat. I actually didn't alert this time, I'll be honest with you. But normally, like yesterday, the day before, I alert in here. This one right here. If it's SPX, yeah, about $50. And the way like I would do it, right? So SPX, right? If we were sitting at 36.95, maybe I'd get the long at around, this is 37 or whatever. I'd get it for maybe, basically whatever cost me about $100 for a 0 day contract. That's what I'm getting. And that $100 will end up turning into $2,000-$3,000 on the run, because it's a 0 day, and usually on CPI or Fed or whatever, quad witching, you get days like this. You get things like this where you go up dramatically, or you go down dramatically like this, right? You get days like this. This, like, poof. This is actually probably a CPI day where you go boom, and then boom. So what ends up happening is you ended up making money this way, and the one that you let go to 0 ended up making you a shit ton of money the opposite way later, right? So let's see. So now we're here. So let's see where we're at for the night so far. We're at 75 plus 80 plus 25 plus 70 plus 50. So we're at 300 for the night so far. The Discord, if you want to join it, remember it's not free. It's $15 a month. But if you want to join it, this is the Discord name, Haskala Trading. Let's see, what are they talking about? Oh, they're looking at freaking these big ass Toyota trucks and these things. It's because of a particular company that we were looking at that sells this part. Pretty cool. It's really not that many indicators, man. It's really not. It looks like more than it is, because a couple of the indicators have multiple aspects to them, but it's really not. It's like 4 maybe. 4, maybe 5. And a lot of them are more confirmations within one another, like they work in tandem, which is why there are more than 2 or 3. like your EMAs, right? So you have your 200, your 21, and your 9. That's one indicator. You have your VWAP, which has this, and this line, right? So that's another indicator. Then you have your volume profile, which is another indicator, and that, which is your last indicator. Then this is a draw on fibs. So, I can take that off anytime, right? And if you stick around and you're like, man, this is a little confusing, stick around, watch the lives multiple times, like join me a few times, and you'll start to notice like it's not really it's not that much. It's really not. And again, like I told everyone else, like if you don't like a layer, if you don't like a particular indicator on here, you can always take it off. It's just a layer, right? Like you don't like it, don't use it. It's not necessary. But a lot of the indicators work in tandem with one another, so I like to have them all on, personally. So guys, if y'all don't have too many questions, I'm probably gonna jump out, spend some time with the family. But if y'all do have any questions, please ask away real quick before I do that. I've been on here for about an hour and a half now. We made $300 together. Not quite 1,000, not quite 500, but I'll take it. If y'all want me to make a quick $200, I can do it though. How much did I first start with? So when I very, very first started trading, I started off with about 1,000 to 1,200 bucks. I ended up growing it to around 20K or so. And then a few months, like not even a couple months later, I ended up losing it all the way back down to 200 bucks because I didn't know what I was doing. And then that's when I actually started doing all of this and learning and started basically, hey, I needed to have a strategy. I needed to have a confident strategy. And that's when I started with my EMAs, right? And once I got there, I ended up growing that to, I told y'all where I'm at today, right? Like I have right around 7. I have about 6.8 mil. So, and that was built within about 5 years. So, it's just about being consistent and then letting it compound on top of itself is really important. Data package paid for in TV. I have the second to highest one, so the Pro Plus, I think is what it is. Let's see. So, do I start with day trading or long hold? I started with day trading, and then I went to longer holding, which made me some more money, and then I went from long holding back to day trading, and then into futures day trading. Let's see. Please explain, if I join the Discord, how many trades do I give? So that's actually a great question. If you're looking for call-outs, my Discord is not for you. That's not what my Discord's for. My Discord is to teach you how to do these things. And I actually will answer, I don't want to say your name wrong, but Jacques or Jacques, I want to answer your question in just a second. That's a very good one. Let me see. And I did teach myself for the majority of it. Me and my partner basically taught ourselves together by researching, finding things that worked and didn't work, right? But if you join the Discord, what we're trying to do is we're trying to teach you how to do this stuff. We're trying to collaborate with one another. You ask questions, we help you figure out what it is that you're having issues with. We do the live sharing where you can ask us questions there, etc., etc. And then let's see, hold on, I'm gonna do another 2 there if I get it. And then let me answer your question. Largest one-time trade amount and largest gain. So my largest gain was actually a QQQ play that I did last year, and this was when I built the majority of my wealth. By the way, was last year. Um, Basically, what happened is I had some shorts right before we started dropping. Like I knew that the market, everything that was going, like we were going up way too fast. There were just indicators in terms of the economics, because I have an economics degree, that was showing me like we were due for a turn down. And so I bought some shorts. We actually ran a little bit more, and I averaged down on them. I had bought them for like the middle of this year or something like that. So I just kept averaging down on them. I ended up having like over $150 to $200,000 into those particular puts. Okay, and then when they finally paid me, I ended up making 750 on top of the 150 to 200 that I had. Like that was damn near $1 million play. It was by far, like, when I tell you I was hyperventilating while I was watching it before I sold it, I was my heart was beating so fast. I didn't know what to do. So, um, yeah, that was a crazy play. That was a crazy play, and it took about 3.5 to 4 months to play out total. So, let's see. Basically, Jack. All right, I'll take that. Born French but perfectly bilingual. I like it. Um, yes, you do need an invite to get into the Discord. If you want to get into the Discord, shoot me an email. I'll send it to you. And I appreciate you wanting to support and join. And I look forward to helping you learn a little bit more. So look, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that there. This shit is pissing me off. Why is it not cutting it there? Okay. So do another one there. And we're almost at. So last trade was 130. So plus 130. We're at 430. Now all we need is a $70 play. And yes, Ryan, that was a fucking feeling. I cannot explain to you how shook I was looking at that play. Because I woke up, when the day that I woke up that it actually really paid me, we had like a $15 downward movement, and it was like in what's the word, in pre-market. So when market actually opened, basically my shit just jumped up crazy. Um, and that was a QQQ play that was like, I'll actually show you where I'm pretty sure it happened at. So this was last year, and I started my short after this drop. Okay, so I started it like right here, basically at this high, and I just kept averaging down, averaging down, averaging down, and then the next day, basically this started happening. This is where I ended up cashing out, and I ended up making a dumbass amount of money. And obviously, in hindsight, I wish I would have held those fucking things, but because I had it for mid of this year, so realistically, what I would have ended up selling would have been about right here. I would have made so much fucking money, but it is what it is. It was actually a Wednesday that it happened, and I tell you what, I ended up, like, that day, I was still working at the job that I was at the time, because like the money still didn't feel real yet. Like I was making it consistently, but it just wasn't like, I didn't feel like I could genuinely do it. That day, I just walked out. Never went back. Just walked out. Just left. So I bet they wish it was a Friday, because they had to deal without me for a couple more days. And yeah, it was options. It was QQQ options. And so now we're looking for another little re-entry here, so that we can get our 500 for the session. And once we get 500, I'm gonna go ahead and hop out of here. So we're about $70 away. So let's go and get it. Oh, it was multiple options. I ended up having about almost 150 to $200,000 total into those options. Like I had, give or take, probably like a thousand actual particular contracts at once. But that was because I believed that we would drop again. Like, again, I have a degree in economics. Everything was pointing towards we need to die, right? Like we had an extreme amount of pump. Um, that's crazy. If you know futures, you should be pretty all right about options. The only thing that you need to learn with options that don't correspond with futures are Greeks. And realistically, depending on how you're trying to trade, if you're trying to day trade, um, if you want to have like a rule of thumb for you, um, what you can do is you say if you're day trading, buy your options contracts 2 weeks to a month out, and again within $5 of the current price, and you're good. So what happens when they went over the $5? Did I stress? Um, nah, man, I don't be stressing. I'm not the type of person to stress, honestly. I've always been just like go with the flow. That's one reason why I'm really good with day trading is because I can see the chart with usually not really too much bias and just play it. Um, also, for those of you who don't know, who maybe just be joining the live for the first time or whatever, I'm also autistic, so um, certain things just bother me differently, and certain things don't bother me at all. Like people coming on and trolling me, stress or whatever, like that stuff doesn't bother me. But what does bother me is like things just being super loud, like I can't concentrate or whatever, like things like that. So yeah, basically, bro. I guess my superpower is pattern finding. If I had to like say like what is my superpower, my autistic superpower, I'm really good at pattern finding, which is why I'm good at what I do. Even if I didn't have any of these things on my chart, I could probably be all right. Well, when I saw that new high breakout, it was literally like this. So when I saw this new high breakout, because that's a good, very good question. When I shorted it around here and I saw this happen, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I saw this, I got a little scared. But then when I started seeing this, it was basically I was like, yeah, this is about to die because you only once you test a level so many times, there's only one thing that's going to happen. You're going to die or you're going to finally break through. And for me, this is too much. Like all this is too much. We're due for a drop. We're due for it. It needs to happen. So, yes, I'm not going to say that I didn't get a little scared. I got a little scared, but I averaged down. And then I got my average to be as close to where it needed to be here as possible, and then I just let it go. Whenever I got this started happening, I let it go. That's why I didn't hold it for the extra because I could have held it for extra. But when I saw this big drop and I ended up having those big gains, I let him go. Do we have a green day tomorrow, perhaps? Personally, I don't think so. And the reason why, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree, but we've had our two green days this week. We had Monday and Tuesday. Today showed us that realistic settlement, like people, the sentiment that people actually have, because Tesla actually wasn't that terrible of an earnings, and it still got dookied on. So you know, in my opinion, I think we're gonna either consolidate tomorrow and have just a choppy day, or we're gonna continue down. And then Friday is gonna be probably pretty red, like worse than today was for sure. And just the fact that we opened down right now, right? Like we're down after hours 70 something bucks. Unless we gap up, tomorrow's probably got no hope in being green. You can't find me on Discord. Shoot me an email. Shoot me an email and I'll shoot you the Discord link. This is the email. And again, if y'all want to either get into the Discord or you want a one-on-one, shoot me an email and I'll get you whatever you need. How how late do I trade after hours? Oh, I'll trade until I hit my goals. I can be trade. Last night I traded till 4 a.m. Do I trade crypto ever? No, sir. I do not. I do not trade crypto except for like very particular ones that I like the potential of. So like obviously I have some Bitcoin, I have some Ethereum, and then I have some XRP. Uh, let's see what else I got. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. That's realistically all I got, honestly. I got a little bit of BNB, just because it's one of those coins that people have to use to buy shit coins, right? So it ends up going up during shit coin season. But yeah. Honestly, my thoughts on XRP are simply this. The United States government wouldn't be in a lawsuit with them if their technology, if their banking tech that they have, their banking software, etc., wasn't the absolute shit. The whole reason that we're in a lawsuit with them is so that we can strong arm them into being our personal digital currency as a country, so that we can use their shit, to be our, our country, basically, our digital currency. Russia will have their own, China will have their own, all the West will have kind of something together, like all of Europe and all of them will have something, and then we'll have our own, right? But I think ours will end up being XRP or some type of derivative based off of their software, their technology, which will in turn drive up XRP because you can't take their technology without giving them some type of money for it. So that's my opinion. The markets do not close for futures. Remember, futures close only for when the market closes, and then they reopen a couple hours later. And then they close again on Friday when markets close, and they open back up on Sunday at like 5 p.m. Central. So like this will continue to trade all the way through tomorrow, 3 p.m. And then it will turn off for 2 hours, and then it will come back on. I say this every time when it comes to crypto and NFTs, decentralized banks and stuff. You have to look at what happened to the internet when it first came out, to the .com era, right? A lot of times, thoughts on Padres beating the Phillies right now? Shit. Little fun fact on me, I actually was a closing pitcher for UT Austin for about 2-3 years, so I'm a baseball fan. My little league coach was Bo, the ex manager for the Astros. So got a little something there. It is a little bit harder to get filled, Peter, but the good thing about being in Globex or After Hours or whatever is the fact that it moves less, so you can average down and stuff. I don't know, man. I like the Padres. I don't care what nobody says. I like the Padres. I will almost, Luke. I will almost always play a 200 EMA bounce or a fib, a fib breakthrough, and a VWAP bounce, 100%. Or like if I see, like if we start dropping, right? We start dropping, and we hit this lower ADR. I'm longing right here. I have a long ready to go right here because we're gonna bounce. So like those are certain things that I look for, or like the upper ADR, or this 50% line, or the point of control line for your this right here, right? I'll be looking for the opposite. Like if we either break through it or we reject, the immediate moment that I see that rejection, like a hard rejection or a hard breakthrough, I'm in there. I'm in whichever one it says. Let's see. Do I have vids that you can go back to later? Yep. If you check out the YouTube, I put all the videos on YouTube. Afterwards, after every live session, I try and get on here and post them. Also, I mean, just the the general profile and like my profile, if you scroll through all the videos that I have, I know it's a lot, I know it's overwhelming, but if you start from the bottom and you scroll all the way up, you'll learn this entire strategy from scratch. Like I taught it to you like you were, sorry for no other words, but like you're retarded. I broke it down step by step for every single person who comes across my page. If you start from the bottom and you go all the way up, you'll see every single one of these indicators um, in depth. So, do I use 9 or 21 EMA for much? Yes, absolutely. Um, so like a lot of times what I'll do is I might not necessarily enter when they cross one another. I might already be in something, and then that gives me a confirmation that I can hold it for longer. A lot of times the EMA, like the 9 and 21 EMAs, are for confirming a trend, confirming something, or like, hey, you know, I was in this and now they're crossed the opposite way. I should probably just get out of that. Something like that. And what am I trading after hours? I'm not trading stocks. I'm trading futures. I'm trading NQ, ES, MNQ, or MES. All right, I'm about to just get this entry, baby. I'm about to go hard. Let's get it. We're at 77. Oh, I want my 500. Let's go. Yeah, yeah, Ryan. I appreciate you joining up. You know, if you have any questions, you know my email now. Go ahead and reach out. If y'all have, I know I said, you know, you can use my email for one-on-ones or the Discord link, but if you have like simple questions that you just want to reach out with me, like you know, a few questions, send me an email. I got you. But if you start noticing like, hey, you know, I got a plethora of questions that I want to go over, you probably need a one-on-one. That's kind of how I do it. So, if you have like a question or two, you start going over the videos, and you're like, hey, you know, I didn't quite understand this. How do you utilize this the best? I'm happy to help you out. Just shoot me a little video or a little email. Appreciate y'all joining up. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can't get this little entry and then re-exit for $70. Again, this is the 1 minute time frame on NQ. Um, it's trying to give it to us. Come on. I'll do it at 78.50. Let's go. Sheesh. Got a little hot in here all of a sudden. Waiting for our exit. We're waiting for our exit. Don't the indicators confuse me? No, and the reason why they don't confuse me is because I learned them in layers. I learned how to use my EMAs first. That's how I started. Then I went from my EMAs to learning VWAP. Then I went from VWAP to learning fibs. And then basically every other little thing that you see on here was added after mastering the layer before it. Once I mastered that layer, it was like, okay, I know what I'm looking at. Now let me go ahead and add this little extra bit to it, right? Come on, baby, give me my little. There we go. Okay, what did we get? We got 60, so we got 490. I will take 490. And I will say that that is 500. Fuck y'all if y'all don't agree. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hop out now, guys. I appreciate y'all joining up. I appreciate all the questions and all the love. I might be back on later tonight. If not, y'all will see me a little later tomorrow around 1 to 2 p.m. Central. All right. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night.